Hello, and welcome to 3BF Presents. This is a mouthful. Limited edition, Kingdom Hearts, Volume 5, The Norting.
I hadn't heard the name yet.
It's one of the reasons I didn't make a doc. I wanted that to be
very good.
The Norting.
The Norting. I was trying to think of a name. That was the only thing that fit.
Everybody.
Dear God.
The report is here. It's everyone.
Yeah. Dear God.
I am joined once again by one of our co-hosts, Jake Palmer.
What up?
And our lovely special guest, Alex O'Neill, is here once again.
It's me, your Kingdom Hearts boy.
You are our Kingdom Hearts boy. So we're mixing it up a little bit. Starting with this episode, we're trying a new format, freeform. There's no Google Doc for Ernest to go off of. We're just gonna discuss.
This is the episode.
This is a game that you can't really talk about the beginning or anything first. Like, you have to go just like, what the fuck happened?
Yep.
As the kids say, we're gonna go balls deep.
Yes.
I had such a weird experience with this game. This is the only one in our series that we've been doing that I actually replayed before we were sitting down to talk about it. And I had the full 5 stages of grief with this game of anger. There's an episode in December from Rational Passage Podcast where I just rant about Dream Drop Distance because I've been playing it again. And I was just like, fuck this game.
So tell me about that, because I didn't have any of that.
I didn't have that either.
Okay. It's this is the game that muddies the water, right?
Mm-hmm. It does.
In my opinion, if you took this game out of the chronology, you could still kind of recommend Kingdom Hearts to people and say yeah, it's a really cool story, blah blah blah. And then this game just kind of slips itself in there, and it's just yeah, but what if fuck all that? The thing is, playing through it again, at the end of it, I'm they kind of lay out how none of this matters really. I don't think a lot of what happens in this game, specifically time travel, is gonna be. Jake just starts laughing. It's gonna come back into play in 3 or
it has
the story of this.
Only certain parts.
And
I don't think the actual.
That's one of my questions that I had when I finished this game. So time travel in the Kingdom Hearts universe.
Yeah.
Your body has to exist at both points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
I'm watching the gears turn right now.
Here it comes.
So Xehanort,
yeah,
his body existed at that point? Or is it because all the other Norts were together that his body could exist?
So that was when he recompleted and came back together. That was the time and place that happened. So that's what let him kind of on a linear path go back and forth.
Which brings me to the next question of how is he recompleted again in 3?
So he I think the way I took it playing it again this time, the reason why nothing matters is their whole plan hinged on Sora being kind of the 13th body. And essentially all of him being in one place at once, and that creating a new timeline from which time will then move forward from that point, right? Because that was the present. And if that didn't work out, everyone would be sent back to their original timelines. So it doesn't work out because Lee shows up. It's a great moment. Again, it was really hard for me not to talk about that. All of these.
Lee, my God, my boy.
I was I kept forgetting that you guys probably didn't know that he gets a Keyblade, and it was oh man. That's
because that's the point where I wanted to bring up, because I'm I saw the trailer, I can't remember which trailer because they put out so many recent trailers, but there is a trailer with Axel or Lee. I'm sorry, Lee holding a Keyblade.
He's always gonna be Axel.
I'm wait a second. Wait a second. Is he holding a Keyblade? And
yeah.
I'm all right, just don't even look into it. And then here it is. There's the answer. He's I couldn't even summon it. Maybe it's just a flick of the wrist. I'm what the?
Yeah. So right at the end there, when the plan doesn't work, everyone goes back to their original timelines. And I took it that actual Xehanort he leaves. He just left. Mm-hmm. And he's off to do whatever the fuck he's gonna do in Kingdom Hearts 3.
So past Xehanort, his Keyblade has like a, oh god, what's the word?
A freaking
sand
Jedi
hourglass. Oh Jesus, on it. So is it young Xehanort that is able to?
Young Xehanort has like the most gift in regards to time travel. Yeah, like that's his whole thing. Like if you fight the secret boss in Birth by Sleep, with that Keyblade, it's young Xehanort. Spoilers, for Birth by Sleep, which we already spoiled. But yeah, so like he's the one that has like the time travel powers. Like really, I think, you know, Xehanort in Primetime has that too, but like he gives that to young Xehanort when he travels back in time. I don't know if it's a thing where he gives it and no longer has it, or if he like just isn't as good at it because he's older now. I don't know. They kind of leave that pretty open. But young Xehanort's ability to manipulate time is very much unique to young Xehanort.
Okay.
But I don't think young Xehanort is really going to be physically present in Kingdom Hearts 3. I think he's only present in flashbacks. I think the time travel stuff is like exists very much in this game and only this game, which is why I ended up walking away less frustrated. I think it'll certainly come into play in 3 because I feel like you can't put in the ultimate Deus Ex Machina and not revisit it.
Yeah.
But it is like that is the source of my frustration with this. Of what are the rules of time travel? They kind of explain it.
Yeah, there's something that we'll discuss next episode. Xehanort's Keyblade. There's a lot of history behind that Keyblade.
Yeah,
I want that Keyblade though. Young Xehanort's
cool
Keyblade. I was like, oh my god.
But yeah, like that. The whole thing, just to pay off, like the thing I've been referencing in multiple episodes, like you can travel through time if you've lost your body, your physical body. Right, that is the whole thing. Sora and Riku are the only two people that have done that and come back from it, and of course Xehanort. But it's weird how like that kind of very specific thing has come back in such a major way, and also doesn't get like the lip service that I think it deserves. Of
no,
like,
it's kind of like they say it and then that's you never hear of it.
That's it. Yeah.
Video games,
right?
So
Kingdom Hearts.
So backtracking a little bit, when I started up the game and everything like that, one of the first things I noticed and actually enjoyed about the game was it seemed a lot easier than past Kingdom Hearts games until you just get rammed up the butt if you've been playing it that way at the end of the game. A very specific boss. Actually, all those bosses kind of are a little difficult. So, like, I think I was level 22 at the World That Never Was.
Yeah. It's way under level.
Yeah. Way under level. But that boss in particular, the anti... whatever his name was. I think that was it. Yeah. The fact that, like, if he uses his attack that sucks your health, if he uses it when he's right under you, he gets full health back.
Yeah.
It broke me.
Yeah, I know. I was with you in some of these times. We were playing Smash Brothers, and Matt was like, I just need to be around people.
That was rough. But up till that point...
Thing, like,
oh, sorry, go
this
ahead.
game on Proud Mode is like really hard. And you have to grind so much, which is why I was kind of like not looking forward to playing through it again, because it is such a grind. I ended up just playing on standard mode.
Yeah.
And it was still like those parts were still very hard for me. But yeah, it's like this game has way more grinding in it than other Kingdom Hearts games. A lot of that is because all the spirits that you get you need to grind out for like spirit points or whatever so you can unlock their stuff.
Yeah, the progression is done a lot better in the other Kingdom Hearts games because there's multiple points where, like, if you haven't been attacking things, you're going to get screwed rather than just the end. It's going to ruin you. And I actually didn't really care for that stat building thing with the spirits.
Yeah.
I was fine with the spirits and everything like that, but the fact that, real talk, I only used about 3 or 4 spirits, which is not the way to go about it.
Yeah.
But to have to keep doing those boards and stuff like that to get, you know, like attack up and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the abilities that you would have in the game. Right?
Yeah, it's like that's a little bit more game padding than I want.
I feel like the gameplay wise of Birth by Sleep, like maybe leveling up your moves was better than leveling up spirits.
Yeah,
in my opinion, I think I would have liked that more. Of course, I didn't mind that in Birth by Sleep. I actually liked grinding up the moves and then learning new moves. I think that would have been great in Dream Drop Distance, but spirits are kind of cute too.
Yeah, you get the payoff of like fusing the moves together, and you get something out of that. It feels like you're like, I got these two really powerful moves, and I put them together, and I got an even more powerful move. Like that has kind of a very basic payoff for it. Like I think they were going through for like more traditional RPG skill trees with the spirits, because that's kind of how they play out. But like getting experience for them just never felt that great for me.
No,
I did a thing where there's like kind of a new game plus for this, so
so you can keep leveling up your spirits and stuff like that.
Bring all your spirits over from a previous playthrough, which when I played through it this time, I did that. So like I just had all the spirits that had all the abilities, but you still have to they all start at level 1, and you have to level each of them up. That's actually not the way to do it. I would recommend against doing that, because when you fuse and make the spirits, right, you can give them items so that they come in at a higher level. And all of my spirits were always at level 1 when I would switch them around, so they would always be dying and not doing well early on, and it ended up being more trouble than it was worth. It's cool that you can ride the spirits as Sora, and then you can absorb them as Riku and get like the kind of like upgrade stuff that you would do in Birth by Sleep, where you get like the different kinds of attacks and whatnot. I think they are mechanically implemented well. It's just like the skill tree and leveling up doesn't end up working.
Yeah, totally agree.
But Jake, that you were talking about, I think before we started recording, at the very end with Sora, where he's coming together, he goes back to Traverse Town, and he's made friends with all of the Dream Eaters. Yeah, Dream Eaters. For some reason, I was hearkening back to Harry Potter there for a second. And we'll get into it the next episode, because it happens in 0.2, but I actually do believe we might see the Dream Eaters pop in Kingdom Hearts 3, just because of something Sora says.
Yeah. I think we'll see everybody come back in 3. I think we're going to see Unversed again. I think we're going to see Dream Eaters again. I think we're going to see kind of like a best of.
You get the nobody. Well, we already know the nobodies are there through recent trailers.
That was a question.
Let's talk about nobodies, man. It's a big part of this game.
Axel or Lee. I love that actually that joke is made. Like everyone just keeps calling him Axel. He's like, screw it.
Yeah. At that point, he's just like, forget it. Yeah, Axel, whatever.
He was the only one in the black garment.
Because like I would imagine they came back with what they were wearing when they were people last. And you know, a lot of the members don't come back, and spoilers, we later find out that it's because they're Norded. And so like some of the people that were in that room when they originally took out their hearts, and that's the room that they recompleted back into, were not there. So I just assumed it was because he was wearing that beforehand. I don't know. I don't know how much it will matter in the long run, because now you can just get clothes that protect you from darkness.
Because a lot of
look like normal clothes.
A lot of those guys were wearing what they wore in Birth by Sleep.
Right. But Lee was wearing different clothes.
But Lee wasn't. But honestly, I don't know if it's going to be. I think he should just stay in the cloak. Looks cool.
I would bet he gets some new digs in Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. He'll rip off that cloak and look really cool at some point.
Yeah, we're getting Riku-esque.
My boy Riku, though. Nobodies, man. There's a big reveal with nobodies in this game.
I kind of saw it coming.
We talked about it.
We touched on it.
But it's like
nobody's grow hearts, man.
Yeah,
makes sense.
It does. It's like, and then when you have Ansem coming back in the end, and he's like, "I was wrong," pretty much about nobodies. It's like, yeah, you were kind of mean to him.
Yeah, it's almost like you were manipulating them so you could put parts of your heart in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, Kingdom Hearts 2 got way darker.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool.
then,
I don't know. I like that part of this a lot.
And then this whole thing with the Organization 13.
Yeah, dude. 13 Xehanorts, man.
Like, what the hell?
Yep. 13 darknesses, 7 lights.
You only get 7 lights. What the hell? Why can't we get 13?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, that stuff is so... It's one of those things, like, I like that. Those are the parts about Dream Drop Distance I love. Because it's very, like, fairy tale. It's very storybook. Right. It's very Disney, right? Like, it's like a Disney fairy tale. Like, 13 darknesses against 7 lights, a key that will open the heart to all worlds. Like,
but the thing that blew my mind was, like, oh, this is going to be 13 parts of Xehanort.
Yeah,
like that just like threw me through a loop. Like, this is the whole time. This is what Organization really wanted. They didn't really want Kingdom Hearts. They wanted everyone to be Norted. And it's just like, oh my god, this Nort report is going to be insane.
The Nort report is crazy.
Which is probably what we're going to call the recap.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
It's payoff that you've been waiting for. Like Roxas cried, Axel cried. These people had hearts. They were people.
Yeah.
And they had everything taken away from them. It makes you hate Xehanort even more, right? Like,
oh yeah.
It's good. It's effective storytelling.
And it's just, you kind of like just wondering, like, I know they've been Norted, and it's just like, you really, like, they allowed this to happen. Like, they know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
There's
and
also
just to go that far. I don't know. It's just.
There's also something like you only saw it briefly in the game, but Puppet Riku was walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh,
he's still around there, man.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a shot of him and Riku sitting on a beach looking at each other at some point, and we gotta look forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much stuff.
But yeah, like this is. I think Jake, you or Matt said in our DM thread of like, man, all the story in this game happens the last 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get like brief snippets and stuff throughout, but once you get to the world that never was,
they just throw it all at you.
Yeah.
Like I just went into all caps through my notes once you hit there. Like, Jesus. Like I can read this off real quick. Like,
yeah, hit me with it.
Yeah.
So first, like, I did the high difficulty spike. How are you doing? And when I hit that boss, but Shion, my boy Roxas, dude, my boy has all the memories now. The reskin of the Pride Lands Dino can eat all of the dicks.
Yep.
Terra and Aqua, what is happening? Oh, a little minor complaint I had. Why are we using the Kingdom Hearts 1 models when you just use the Kingdom Hearts 2 models?
Yeah.
Heartless and Nobodies are only temporary, which we discussed with the Nobodies now returning to their bodies again. There's the Norting. Oh, the sigil. The sigil. The Rikuzen sigil.
The Rekuzen symbol.
Rekusens, yes.
Boy, man.
Which is something that has been on Sora's person since 2?
Yeah, but like I think like in 2 it is not that. I think it is just because it's kind of like low bearing, low to the ground, low to the tummy. That's not like a full X like it is in Dream Drop Distance.
Mm-hmm.
Although again, another thing that this game does not make clear. So I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's imagine, if you will, someone changing your name to put a letter in it so that they know where you are all the time. And then Organization 13 just gets more fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's cool because X is also in Xehanort's name, so it's another kind of symbolically a little bit of him is in all of them. And if you take the X out of Xehanort,
no heart.
It means no heart, right? Another kind of like little notch on the tree of like, man, Xehanort's super fucked up.
No heart, like, wielding no name.
Yeah. And it's really cool. Like, that stuff is really cool. We've been wondering since 2, like, why, or since Rechain of Memories, why is there an X? Like, why is this an anagram of their name? Like, what does this mean? and now we have that kind of payoff that I'm sure they didn't think of after the fact.
One of the things I always joked about, like when everyone was trying to figure out Axel's real name before Birth by Sleep and all that stuff, I always thought it'd be funny if his name was Ale. He just has a drinking problem or something.
And then we find him. Then we find him in the Toy Story world, and he owns Ale's Toys Bar.
There it is. It all comes full circle.
Full circle. That's what your real humans, your real body's been all this time. Toy Story world.
Jake, you were saying that you had something happen to you during this game. I just don't know what it is, so I want to know.
So I got to get up to the world of Tron. Got to go into that world. But before that, I had to redo the whole beginning again because I had save issues.
Oh no!
And so I had to go back to Traverse Town, and then I played Quasimodo's world again, which I'm like, I don't want to play this again. And you're playing as both Sora and Riku, so you got to go through all that again. And then I beat that, and then I went back to got back into Tron's world, and then I played a little bit more, and then I lost another save somehow. And I'm just like, all right, I'm watching the cutscenes. I can't. I'm gonna play this game again. I really love the story until they muddled it a little bit at the end, and then but other than that, I love the story of it, but it's just I just had so many issues with the
make sure you hit level 40 before trying to finish that game.
Right. Yeah.
I've never heard of that happening with this. That's a bummer.
It was so weird. I don't know why it happened, but it just kept reverting back, and it's just like, all right, whatever. Just don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the biggest crucible that Dream Drop Distance bears as well is it is still using the Kingdom Hearts 2 format of the way that this game plays. Go to the world, play the Disney story, leave the world, and then you get little sprinkles of the overarching story in that. And I just don't think it works by the time we get to the fourth game that's doing that.
No, because this is the first game where I felt like, all right, I don't want to get the Disney story. I want the actual Kingdom Hearts story. Right. This is the one where I truly just want Kingdom Hearts story.
Yeah. And I'm concerned that it could still be a problem in 3. I think 3 has a lot helping,
especially since we've really only seen reveals of Disney worlds.
Yeah. We haven't seen Radiant Garden in 3, right? That's in that game for sure, but we haven't seen that. That's exciting, right? But
I mean, we see the one world, where the Keyblade War is going to happen.
Obviously. Right, the Keyblade Graveyard.
We see a little bit of Twilight Town as well, or not Twilight? Yes, Twilight Town. Yes, is that what it's called?
Traverse Town.
Traversed.
Not Traverse.
Oh, you mean in 3?
In 3, the Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh yeah. Twilight Town.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there's going to be stuff like that. Honestly, I'm glad that that's the stuff that they're keeping close to the chest, because that's the stuff I'm really excited to see in that engine. Yeah. But it's just doing the Disney stories over again. It could wear on you, but the game has the benefit of being the third game and being on a console and looking super good. So
I will say, visiting Traverse Town this time around, I was really happy because you get the world ends with you characters. You get Joshua, cool. Shiki, Beat, Rhyme. Get those guys. I love those characters.
I had no point of reference for them, but I think they're cool.
Yeah, I played The World Ends With You on the DS, and I love that game. I still need to get it on the Switch.
I heard the Switch doesn't play as well.
I still want it, just
single screen.
Yeah, but between that and was it Tales of is it Vesperia?
Tales of Vesperia.
Yeah, it's coming on.
Yeah, Alex is waiting for that game.
Dude. It's literally the only thing that's going to get me to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. It's I have to I'm picking up that instead of the Resident Evil 2 remaster. Damn. Yeah. So I
both, because I have no life.
I need money. So I had to choose. I'm like, it's Kingdom Hearts 3 or Resident Evil 2, and so which one I have to pick.
I got that week off. I'm hoping to get through both of them. So
I really hope Resident Evil 2 is a quick game in a way, just so I can, go through it, but I really want to do the replaythroughs. I loved playing through 7. I liked being able to get the platinum for that game.
I still need to play through it because I was playing on VR.
Right. It's a good game. The ending is so messed up. The ending is so weird in that game. I'm just like, whatever.
It's a very Resident Evil ending, but I kind of
yeah, exactly.
Back on Kingdom Hearts.
We can correlate. We can connect Resident Evil to Kingdom Hearts.
We're bringing Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid.
Y'all get the Harry Potter thing now, right? Like, Xehanort's literally Voldemort.
Yeah,
man.
He's worse.
He is way worse.
He's worse.
He didn't commit genocide.
Yeah, that's true.
Yet.
Well, wait. What about all the people's hearts?
Yeah, he's for sure gonna commit genocide once he gets into Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
The moment I was talking about last episode of like the running theory that Sora is Kingdom Hearts is like that moment where he is talking to Braig, or still technically Zigbar, and is like, I'm glad that I get to be a part of something bigger, and then it shows everybody who's ever wielded a Keyblade around him.
Right.
And I got fucking chills.
Yeah,
it's such a good moment.
Yeah, and you know what? Like with this game, it kind of like it's just cemented the feeling that I have of what's going to happen in 3 with Sora. Like I kind of feel like either that character's going to go away to like forever protect Kingdom Hearts in a way, or he's going to sacrifice himself so everyone, comes back. Like it's just a feeling that I got, like, and just because of the ending with him not becoming the Keyblade Master and it's Riku, and I loved the moment when Riku became the Keyblade Master, and Sora was like more excited than Riku was at that point. It's like
it's so like their friendship to a T.
Yeah, it was like awesome. So exciting. And then you just kind of think of like when Aqua became the Keyblade Master and how Terra reacted. It's just so different. Yeah. It's just that's like the way it should have been with Sora and Riku, and of course we see what happens.
Yeah,
with that the jealousy and the darkness, all of that.
And it's like that's like Xehanort's manipulation coming in there too, of like he was the reason that Terra failed, and he was already like kind of under the thumb there, but also Xehanort tried to ruin this exam too, and at the end of the day, like the good in Riku and Sora just shines through that, and it's like a testament to their friendship. It's a testament to what we've been building over multiple games. Like it's a really I know some people that were really kind of annoyed that Sora didn't become Keyblade Master, that he's kind of getting sidelined in a weird way, but I don't think that's the right takeaway. I think it's just that Sora's always been the underdog, like from the get-go. Like, he wasn't supposed to get the Keyblade, and like he's kind of like worked with what he's gotten, and he's done even better than anyone else because of that. And I think that's exactly what Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be.
And there,
even him. Sorry.
There was a note I took down. So after Riku gets named Keyblade Master and everything, and Sora takes off, and you see all the Dream Eaters and everything like that. What if Sora's a Dream Eater Master?
Yeah, he's master of them dreams. I don't like they kind of start alluding to like sleeping and waking masters in 0.2. So I don't know how much that's going to apply, but I don't know. I don't know if Sora's going to be able to like summon Dream Eaters in a major way in Kingdom Hearts 3, but I still think that it might be a part of that story.
It's gonna be like the seven lights at the end, and the 13 darknesses, and the 13 darknesses are winning, and they're gonna be like, we need help, and Sora summons all the Dream Eaters.
Little puppies coming over.
The dogs are just bouncing, and they take out all Organization 13. Like all you Norts are gone.
Yeah,
bounced to death.
That would be a hilarious scene.
That would actually be great.
I would actually be fine if that is what happened.
Some like laser beam battle, some stereotypical bullshit, and then a bunch of dogs show up.
Hell, I want all the dogs to show up in the fight with Captain Jack and Davy Jones at the end. The dogs just show up and like take out Davy Jones.
I don't know, like what everything about the way this game ends. Like this is very much. We talked about it beforehand of like, this is Chain of Memories for Kingdom Hearts 3, right? This is bridging the gap. It is way more like setup game than it is actual game itself.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a bummer in some regards.
Yeah.
But they do a good job. They put a lot in here to get you ready for 3.
It's a little bummer, but the amount of story that is thrown out at the end of this game, it's probably equivalent to the amount of story we've gotten in almost all the other games.
Mm-hmm.
In such a short amount of time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, 3's finally happening. We can't make 6 more games.
Yeah.
Here's a book.
Let's set it up. Yeah.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
I really like young Xehanort.
I do too.
He is pretty cool. I really liked him. But then that Keyblade reveal was like, oh my god, I want that Keyblade.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of young Xehanort, I'll be honest.
No? Really?
Yeah, I don't know. He's like, because so much of this game, like while you're going through it, is him just like dropping some like philosophical bullshit on Sora the whole time. And it's just like at some point I was like, all right, I'm over it, dude. Like I get it.
I did like that Zenmus was with him when they went to Sora, and Ansem was with him when they went to Riku.
Yeah, that was so cool.
And
cool, man.
That boss fight, I was like, of course he has fucking more than one form, because I thought I was done with the boss fight. Like, yep.
Yeah.
I like. It's cool. Like you finally get that the end of Riku's story of him fighting the darkness, right? Like he beats it, which is a thing no one's ever done before, and And like even Xehanort's like, I don't know what to do with you because darkness doesn't touch your heart.
He's like, you're useless now.
Yeah, like I've literally never seen anyone as powerful as you, but I'm gonna pretend like you're not that powerful and try and kill you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's really cool. Obviously, that's gonna play a huge role in Kingdom Hearts 3, and also finally Riku doesn't need to be haunted by this fucking boss from Kingdom Hearts 1 anymore.
Right?
True. Yeah.
I pretty much cried at that moment when Riku like defeated the darkness, because Riku being my favorite character and just seeing him.
This is Riku's game, man.
Yeah,
it is.
Because that was exactly what I thought. Dream Drop Distance is Riku's game, and such a great storyline of thinking like back in the first one when he fell to the darkness, rising up from the darkness, still it lingering and eating inside of him and trying to fight it off, and then to fully be away from it. And then you compare it to Terra. It's like Terra, there's still hope.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's exactly like Terra passed down his Keyblade to Riku so he could do this, so he could figure it out, and he did it.
Yeah.
It's again like I'll say it a lot when we talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, like probably in the recap episode. It's like this is very much a culmination of things, right? This is everything coming together in a way that just feels so good.
Yeah.
Matt, were you gonna say something? Did you ever figure out?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The Heartless, Ansem, and the Nobody Zenmus are from Terra Xehanort, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if all the Heart and Bot Nobodies came back together and the old Organization 13 members are human again, why?
Where's Terra?
Why is Zenmus and Ansem still apart?
Because those were versions that were pulled out of time for this game.
Okay, so where is Terra? Because if Xehanort is back there,
where did Terra's heart go?
So
that's like, I think that is a reveal that we are going to get in Kingdom Hearts 3. So it's weird for us.
Is that going to be the 13th?
Well, at the end of the game, like they're talking about all the 7 lights, like, well, we still need a couple or one or something like that. It's like, okay, so let me do the math.
Because they're counting 3 people.
So I believe Kingdom Hearts 3, not with Sora, but Riku's opening. It's going to be the quest for Aqua, and then because they need her and they need Sora to wake up Ven, which Ven's armor shows up at the end of this game,
protecting. So I'm like, oh my god, that was so
love that. And then it gets like corroded by the darkness, and it's like super sad. You're like, oh no, Ven's heart was just trying to protect. And now we attack.
Yeah, and then you're just thinking that had been a lot of darkness. Up there for that suit to be corroded.
Yep. Fucking Sora getting all emo, man.
I was just gonna spoil something from 0.2 on accident.
Yeah, but like the end of the day, like Ven saved Sora this time, right? Like, it's like, oh god, again, culmination, man.
Yeah, and I love that scene with Sora and Roxas.
Oh my god,
realizing
Sora,
this is why you were chosen. And it's just like, oh.
And Roxas gives all the memories to Sora.
Oh my god! Yeah,
I cried. I actually cried. Yeah. I was like, oh my god.
and Sora's reaction is just like, you deserve to be alive.
Yeah, like right? You are your own person.
it's like nothing but waterworks. Yeah, it's so good, man.
I wasn't ready for that.
No.
Yeah, it's fucking heavy hitters in the end there.
In the room with the Organization 13, Mickey throws down a spell. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have we seen a Z level of spell before?
No, we haven't. That's like new Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, we might stop Z, and it freezes young Xehanort, and then for like what, a minute maybe, or not even, which is like, all right, that's a strong ass spell. Mickey, what the hell have you been hiding for these few days? Where was this at the end?
Where were you when I needed you?
There's something else that's thrown out and never talked about. Evil Fairy.
Oh, are they talking about Maleficent?
Yeah, that's Maleficent.
Oh, okay, because like it just said Evil Fairy. I'm like,
yeah, he doesn't care to know her name.
What?
Yeah,
he doesn't care.
He's kind of a dick. I don't know.
Kind of.
So I think like there's also a possibility, just to backtrack a little bit, that like somehow Terra's heart ends up in Riku. I think that would be kind of like the kind of very much the storybook ending of this, of like Ven was in Sora the whole time and we knew about it, and then it turns out Terra was in Riku the whole time and we didn't know. But like that bit of Ansem, like that heart that was left in Riku that's been haunting him, also happened to have Terra's heart in it. It's possible.
So we actually got a little bit on Seekers in this game too. So a term that was thrown out at the secret ending of 2 and never talked about again. Let me see if I can find a quote here. Seeker is an opposite to a master, meaning what? That a seeker seeks the truth behind everything rather than upholding the peace, is what I wrote down. And also that Organization 13, the proper one, are seekers. So the seekers of darkness.
Yeah, I still don't know what that means. I'll be honest.
Tune in next time to Kingdom Hearts 3, where we won't get the answer.
Like, Seekers could be the thing that that just gets like retconned out of there.
I think what they're trying to do is like Seekers are seeking Kingdom Hearts, and the light, the 7 instances of light are the protectors, trying to keep it guarded or not opened.
I'm okay if they just throw the terms away.
I think like they've created a lot of vocabulary for these games that has hurt them in the long run. But that's like Japanese video games 101, man. Like that's always the case.
To their credit, Key tries to explain some of that stuff. But we're gonna get into that next episode.
Like the Keyblade, like the Kai blade, the whole situation, right, is the personification of why that's always like a bad idea, like. But yeah, I don't know. This game is cool. It's the thing of like we learn a lot, but I think ultimately that everything that happens in this doesn't really matter, save for the fact that Riku turns out to be a master and Sora is going to try and reclaim that power.
Also, the secret ending, Kairi.
Oh yeah, and Kyrie's. But like we all saw that coming.
Yeah, we knew Kyrie was going to be a Keyblade, but then Lee coming back and he's going to be one of the.
Could be. That's the thing. Like they have way more Keyblade wielders than they need protectors of light, guardians of light. So that way, not all of them are going to be guardians of light. Some of them might die. Some of them might get Norted. Right.
Right. Because we have 5 that are like right there. We have Sora, Riku, Kairi, Lee, and Mickey right there. And I don't think they were including Lee towards the end, right?
Yeah, because we have 8.
So, no. If you look at the cover,
if we're including Terra, Aqua, Ven, we have 8 Keyblade.
But if you look at the cover of Kingdom Hearts 3, in theory, all 13 of those characters could be Guardians of Light.
Yeah.
That includes Donald and Goofy. That includes Xion, Roxas.
Yeah.
and it's not like if that is like we have to assume all those characters are going to come back in some way in Kingdom Hearts 3. It'd be weird if they were on the box art and didn't. So it's like, how is Xion going to come back into this? How is Roxas going to get out of Sora? How is all these like we have all these loose ends that I'm excited to tie up, but like I don't think all of them are going to be there at the end, right? I think that's okay. I just as long as like Aqua gets her fucking due, because I'm not ready to have her like be one of the final bosses.
That's what I'm saying though.
Being Norded and shit. Like I don't know if I'm emotionally prepared for that.
So have we have never seen someone become unnorted.
No. Except for I guess technically Riku. But that's like a pre-Norded. You know?
That was like a possession rather than a Nord.
Yeah, I would say more of a possession.
Because it seems like the Norts are people who actually let that happen to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which the first trailer under the PlayStation E3.
Yeah, man, it's fucked up.
Yeah, now I know why you were so upset with that trailer. I
very upset.
Now I totally understand.
Especially like we're gonna talk about 0.2 in the episode we're recording after this. Of like, man, they just drove home like, nah, it's gonna be all right.
It's good, right? Yeah,
it's gonna be okay, guys. And it's like, no, it's not. The first time we see Kingdom Hearts 3, nothing is okay.
No, everything was a lie.
Everything was a lie. Yeah, it's and also like the nice reveal of like Saïx was Norded, right? And like how much that affects Lee. Of like, shit, Issa was my best friend.
Right. That was such an awesome reveal when they collided. I was like, oh no.
I guess like the big thing when I was living in the moment playing this game, and it doesn't really apply for you guys, but I was like, who the fuck are these other organization members? Because I thought there was going to be like, completely new characters that like Xehanort had found all new people to get Norded, and really it's just
I
other
figured
organization members.
The people that Lee didn't see when like they all woke up were probably still
but like that didn't necessarily click for me right when I saw it the first time. Of like, oh, these people are okay, but everyone else is not, and it's like, oh, I see. It's the Luxords, the Marluxias, the Larxians.
Can we just hope Zaldin is not?
I got bad news for you, dude.
I don't want to fight that. I don't want it.
Fighting that dumb fucking wind spear dragon in the last stage of Kingdom Hearts 3, dude.
Lexius, he's not right because he was
no.
Okay. Yeah, he came back, so I'm good with that too. Because after that freaking Kingdom Hearts 2 fight, oh my god, it's all in.
But it is also cool because, like, what 5 characters from the organization or 6 characters from the original organization that we don't know who they're going to end up like who's going to fill those slots. Even if we like slot Aqua into one of those slots, which I really don't want to, and I'm not ready to commit to that personally on an emotional level, that's still like 5 more characters like we probably have not even seen yet. Or they could be characters that we haven't thought about for a while. Maleficent could get Norded. Who fucking knows, dude? There are no rules anymore.
Can you Nort a Disney character? I think there's rules.
So what if Aqua lets herself get Norded to try to throw a wrench in the whole plan?
Maybe,
because that would make 13, and then that would also make 7.
See, this is where I was coming with. It wouldn't be Aqua who would do it. It would be Terra.
But what if Aqua's always tried to save Terra? Like, she's always looking out for those two
right now.
No, but we did see. Well, if you watched a trailer from Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't know if this is the one you guys skipped or not, because I've seen a trailer.
I skipped that one, but I did see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
people shouldn't watch that trailer.
No, nobody should watch that trailer. Because after seeing all this, after all these games, I'm like, holy crap! A lot of stuff is really spoiled. If you know,
it's a thing of like it takes away the impact of seeing it for the first time in the game, right? Like, man, if I understand, like the Aqua thing is something they probably couldn't have kept that close to the chest. But like if you saw that for the first time in the game, I would have had a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Like I waited 13 years to have my heart wrecked, you fucking monsters. Kingdom Hearts is the fucking best.
It really, like, I feel sorry for people who are going into this like for the first time, like this first Kingdom Hearts game.
This isn't for them. I don't feel anything for them.
No, I'm like, don't do it. Go listen to our podcasts.
Yeah, go listen. We'll catch you up mostly.
Yeah.
It's funny. I had one of my friends has been watching these shows as we've been going through it, and she specifically texted me. I'm like, what were you talking about with the whole losing bodies thing in Kingdom Hearts 2? I was like, don't worry, I'm going to talk about that on the show. You'll be caught up. But yeah, she's like, she just watched the Kingdom Hearts 2 one, so it's nice. Been fun. It's been cool seeing people like replay through the series or come back through the series for this. Man, there's a lot to think about, like.
There's only one more story beat that
y'all know everything I know now.
We didn't say yet.
You were just ready for this episode, and this one I was just like, after watching everything, I'm just like, oh my god,
what's the other story beat, Matt?
The fucking end of that game. Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
The one last thing story beat wise, we get a shot of Castle Oblivion, and Vin smiles.
Smiles, dude.
Yeah.
Starting to wake up.
Yep.
We're so close.
There's gonna be a Castle Oblivion level in Kingdom Hearts.
There has to be. If they cutscene that fucking thing.
No. That castle's gonna look so beautiful on the PS4 Pro. Yeah. I can't wait for this.
It's gonna look great. I imagine it's gonna be like a different level. I don't know if you're gonna be going through all the worlds again.
No.
But
that'd be game
really funny if they just worked all of Kingdom Hearts 1 into Kingdom Hearts 3 again, just to shit on you one more time for being a fan of this series.
They re-released Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 in the Kingdom Hearts 3 engine.
I'm pretty sure that
I probably wouldn't argue. I'm like, okay, I can wait another few years for 3. Yeah, I'll play this again
in that engine. Be awesome.
So let's talk about the gameplay. We touched on the spirits and everything. Gameplay wise, just like attacking and stuff like that, how do you guys like it, like compared to the other ones?
I like the movement, like being able to glide across
flow motion.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to get across the world a lot quicker in a way. Even adding it into the combat, I thought that was pretty cool. Everything felt more fluid, like they upped it just like a little bit from like Kingdom Hearts 2 in a way.
Yep.
And it just fighting felt just really good.
Yeah, and like something I told you when I started playing it, I loved how fast the characters actually move this time. 1 and even in 2, like they're kind of just like go for a light jog, but in this one just like Valor form running. I was like, oh cool, I'm done with this. I actually really like the flow motion stuff. I didn't really start using that in some of the spirit stuff until later, which I should have been using all game. I actually really enjoyed the combat. I feel like that and Birth by Sleep is where the combat's been its best so far. I don't know how they're gonna mesh it, just because I'm staying away from gameplay and stuff like that for 3. But I'm excited.
I feel like the gameplay wise of 3 is probably gonna be closer to 0.2 in a way.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's still gonna be pretty different though.
Yeah,
I've seen a little bit of Kingdom Hearts 3 being played, so like. I had an opportunity to play it. I did not end up playing it. Obviously, like Keyblade transformations and summons are like also a big part of that. Flashiness is, I think, so like flow motion for me, I think it's better on paper than it is in execution. I think just the time it takes to do some of the flow motion moves is a lot. And that's my big concern with Kingdom Hearts 3 is just how flashy it is, right? Like how long are these moves going to take to come out if I'm doing them all the time. But I think
if I can summon the roller coaster every time, I will.
Yeah, but like on the 430th time,
exactly, it's gonna be annoying.
It's like playing Final Fantasy 7 and only using summons.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, man, these intro animations are a lot. But like, I think there's a balance to that. I think what I don't like about Dream Drop Distance's gameplay style is like the stuff from 2 that it's missing of like the different finishing moves or like like the batting left and right and like the horizontal slash stuff that you can kind of actively input into attacks to make them more interesting. It's missing from 0.2 as well. And I think that stuff will be in 3, and I think that will kind of bridge the gap because it looks like flow motion to some extent is in Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. There's scenes like where you can vertically run up walls, and obviously everything's bigger. And
yeah, that first tease vertical. We got was Sora was on top of the cloud of Heartless.
Yep, stuff like that, right? I think is really cool. And flow motion, again, I played it originally on 3DS. It was really cool. It was really an accomplishment to get that game to look and run as well as it did on 3DS, and it is a really cool idea. I think there are things you probably take out of that system, take away from the player, to limit it in a good way, like the fact that you can just jump, dash into a wall, jump, dash into a wall, and then just go up.
Yeah,
is kind of a bummer. And a lot of like the hidden treasure chests in that game are built around you doing that, and I think that's kind of lame. Yeah. Versus like glide and double jump and things like that, air dodge, whatever they call them in Kingdom Hearts 2, like that stuff all felt really good, and it kept you relatively low to the ground. So there's a balance to it, but I think of like the bridging the gap games, like y'all, I assume didn't play 358, but boy howdy, is not a good playing video game. Obviously, Chain of Memories I have my beef with, but of them, Dream Drop Distance still plays really well.
Yeah, it does.
I played 358 and
boy howdy, huh?
Yeah, that should not have happened.
It's like the skill system in that game is you just like slotting little Legos into a big blank thing.
Yeah,
it's real weird.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, definitely one of the better mobile handling Kingdom Hearts games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I think it plays well. We talked about the skill tree stuff. That stuff is a bummer.
Yeah.
So where would you guys rank it in your
below Birth by Sleep, in my opinion? Just because I really like the storyline of Birth by Sleep. I didn't feel like I feel like in Birth by Sleep I got more out of it like throughout the time of the game, story wise. Whereas Dream Drop Distance I didn't really get much story until like towards the end.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas like they dropped the bombshell at the end. I just felt like, I don't know, I felt like Birth by Sleep I was like working towards something, because you're playing with all three characters at the same time too, and learning their stories. But
do you guys like the drop system?
For the most part, I was fine with it.
When you're in the middle of a boss battle and you're almost beating the boss, and then you drop, and it's like, son of a bitch, come on.
That one dive in particular with the squid octopus thing.
Yeah.
Fuck that boss, man.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool that you can give buffs to the other character.
Right. Yeah.
So if you're having trouble,
right.
I like that you can drop anytime, really, from any save point. So like you can, if you
can time it out just right. Yeah.
And
like you can go right back.
Honestly, that's a perfect system for a mobile game too, because like if you're playing it trying to go somewhere and stuff like that, you can just drop and save and turn it off. Like, so that system really, I imagine, worked well on mobile. Yeah, I didn't have a huge issue with it. Dives though.
Yeah, the getting the levels was dumb. Where would you rank it, Matt?
Gameplay wise, probably under 2. So mine, or under Birth by Sleep. Sorry. So mine goes 2 Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance. Story wise, boy. No, same ranking. It'd have to be under Birth by Sleep. Even though we get all that stuff happen, I had much more of an emotional response to 2 and Birth by Sleep.
I would put 2 Birth by Sleep, 1, and then Dream Drop Distance. Because like again, there's just like a bitterness with how. So I played this game fucking 6 years ago. You know, like I've been sitting on this for a long time, and it's just like. It is the game where it's like, up until I played this game, I would have told anyone they should play Kingdom Hearts. After I played this game, I was like, it's probably not worth it. Like, and that sucks. Like,
it does, yeah.
But like, obviously, like, I'm so happy that you guys played. I'm so happy that you like it. But when I'm like thinking about Kingdom Hearts, and like, I think you can have a really great time no matter who you are. I think you have to be in it to win it.
Yeah.
By Dream Drop Distance. And to be fair, everyone that has played up until Dream Drop Distance and then plays it is like, well, fucking, I guess I got to deal with this.
And plus, I mean, if you played Dream Drop Distance when it first came out, you felt like, all right, we're near the end. 3 is right around the corner. But how many years of waiting do we?
Yeah, it's, you know.
It's that I do feel that from like after playing Dream Drops. If this was like, if I wasn't near 3 and if I didn't know the release date was like a month away,
yeah,
I would have probably felt the same way.
Because this came out in 2012, right?
Yes, 2012.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I've been sitting here going back and forth on like, what does this mean? What does that mean? I haven't had a lot of direction now that like we're starting to see what Kingdom Hearts 3 actually looks like. I know what the story of that game is going to be. I've played 0.2. It's like, oh, so like this stuff in Dream Drop Distance doesn't really matter. It's part of this story. Yeah. But like every little scene, like I wrote down a note here. There's so much misdirection in Dream Drop Distance of the opening scene. It's like the way the game opens is you are seeing from Ansem's perspective.
Yeah.
The moment when he took out all of the hearts of everyone to turn them into nobodies and heartless. Which is like he gets his Keyblade back. He somehow finds a way to get it back. And Braig looks at him and asks if he had lost his memory in the first place, which he did. But like the game is purposefully misleading you at this point of like trying to understand like what is going on with the characters. Like what is like it's Mr. X, and it's like I feel like there's a lot of stuff in Dream Drop Distance that is like that. And when it's like the game chronologically before 3, I think like that's kind of shitty and frustrating. That all being said, like there's a lot of great payoffs, and you finally understand like, oh, this is what 3 is about. 3 is about like ending this, like finally putting an end to this guy. Yeah. And it's about the 13 Xehanorts versus the 7 Lights. Like it's cool in that regard, but I think I just ultimately, when I think of Dream Drop Distance, I get frustrated, even though there's a lot about it that I like. So I would put it under 1.
Yeah.
What was your least favorite world?
Probably Hunchback of Notre Dame, dude. I think it's so fucking boring.
I hate that world. Especially after having to play it like 3 times.
That first group of worlds,
4 times.
Worlds is super boring.
Which one?
Yeah.
The first group of worlds, but Hunchback of Notre Dame in particular.
I have to give it to Prankster's Paradise.
Yeah, also not great.
Did not enjoy that level. Fuck those pandas on the trampoline.
I think I skipped watching that actually because I'm just like no.
It's like, you know, the story doesn't.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Doesn't matter, right? Like I think like the Tron Legacy world is great because you have this investment with Sora, with Tron, but then the Riku have is like fucking who cares?
Yeah.
But like the best world for sure is Three Musketeers. Did you guys not like that?
I liked it. My favorite one had to be Fantasia.
Which one?
Fantasia.
Oh, okay.
Just because I watched my VHS copy as a kid until like it wouldn't play anymore.
Yeah.
Musketeers.
It was a great callback.
That's cool.
I liked fucking Donald cold-blooded just bails on Mickey.
Dude straight up leaves. He's like, well, I need a new job.
I was like, whoa!
This isn't Donald now.
He comes back. It's all good.
These aren't the dudes I've been traveling with. Like, what happened here?
Goofy's like, I'm fighting, but he's got his eyes closed and basically runs away too.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like when Sora is hanging out with them and like you just see how much he loves them. Like,
oh yeah.
And that like there's like such a warmth to him in that world that like you don't get anywhere else. And it's like, man, like the dynamic he has with these other characters.
That's true. Really I did like throughout the game. I didn't have a problem with the Dream Eaters, but I actually miss Donald and Goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because they're part of the family, right? Like seeing like because I just finished 0.2 before we started recording, seeing like their little interactions, and I'm like, this is Kingdom Hearts, right? Like this is part of it. So yeah, like seeing him interact with them and like saying one for all for one for all with them and like being comrades with them was really cool. It's really sweet.
I will say it was hilarious how Sora's like, he's like, your magic. I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah,
that's like every single time he wants to call him the king or whatever.
Because like Riku never calls him Your Majesty, he just calls him Mickey.
Yeah, and like that's what I was just gonna bring out. Like Riku's just like, what's up, Mickey? Like,
hey, Mickey.
Yeah, it's just like that's just normal.
Riku and Mickey got this bond.
Yeah, they're bros.
They're bros. It's like I call you by your first name. Like we travel the darkness together, bro. We got this.
The thing I will say, like, and another kind of like credence to like this is Riku's game is like we never have ever seen Riku like going on a jolly adventure before. Like this is his first crack at it. Yeah. So you can see like the dynamic of the characters that hung out with Sora and then hung out with Riku, and they're like, you're not very good at this. And he's like, yeah, I know. Like, I'm new to this. Like, I'm trying.
Yeah. I love the interactions with Riku and Joshua.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Where they're both, Joshua. Like, on the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, this one last part we didn't, that Riku was Sora's Dream Eater.
Yep. One last twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good. That's a very good twist.
Yeah. Awesome.
You could see it the whole time, but you never realized it. You know?
Yeah, you just never like just say it that way. Like you knew he was the protector.
Yeah, I mean the whole game being Inception is a little silly, I think.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. Like that's a good payoff with it of like, oh, you were in Sora's dream the whole time.
Right. The only thing like that like bothered me like sometimes is like when you have like the one character like Joshua in Traverse Town, and it's like, all right, are you the same Joshua, or are you like so totally different, like opposite, but like it, they never really like.
That's true.
Like, they made it seem like it was two separate Joshuas, but they had the same knowledge.
It was one traveling between the worlds.
Right.
Was it because it's just I don't know. Maybe it's just because
Joshua used the portal a couple of times.
Right.
So yeah, it's one Joshua, but
all right,
it's one of all of those characters, but they don't make it very clear. I will agree.
It was just some things were kind of weird, and maybe it's just because the timing of how I watched it or how the game. Because some parts, I actually got farther with Riku than I did with Sora at one part, and I'm like, oh, I need to catch up on Sora somehow. So it was just the timing, I think, of how it worked.
And like Riku's stronger, like he does more damage, but like Sora's faster, things like that. Like it's cool. I'm excited to presumably play Riku in Kingdom Hearts 3 and see how much of like the dream drop distance for me.
I just want one world where I play as Lee. That's all I want. Just give me that.
Play as all 13 organization members in 358 over 2 days.
I'd rather not.
I'm good actually.
I don't want to go through that. That's not a good payoff for me.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's so much little stuff in this game. Like, when Sora sees Xion for the first time, he's like, who the fuck are you?
yeah, that was funny.
It's good.
I forgot to bring this up, like, the parts where it's like, you're the younger Sora, and then you go back to Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora, it's like, man, I want that Sora. I wish he looked like that.
Yeah, the whole time. The whole costume thing, like, is this Valor form?
Nope.
And then
it's just new digs.
Then you see it's the Kingdom Hearts 1 model with Valor form.
It's cool that like they time traveled backward and they looked younger, right? Like I think that is cool.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, man, he just looks way cooler in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you guys fight the secret boss? Did you guys find it?
I think I didn't watch it. I don't think I watched it. No.
It's Julius, who is from Disney short film Runaway Brain. He's in Traverse Town. If you go back to the fountain as either character after you finished it, you can fight him. He's very hard for no particular reason. It's cool that there is a Disney secret boss in this game. There aren't a lot of
lingering will hard.
No, he's kind of cheap though. So after doing this, I went and refought Lingering Will, beat him a couple times. I'm like, man, this boss fight's the best. It's the best boss fight.
Couple times.
Have you finished him?
That's a couple times more than I have. Yeah, I haven't got.
I believe you.
It's just feeling like going back now when I'm like rusty because of all the different types of Kingdom Hearts. I should do it before 3 comes out.
That's make a stream out of it. That's what I did.
Oh, yeah, so you can see my frustrations and break how many PS4 controllers. Yeah.
I mean, Matt like literally came into a Discord chat with me just so that he wouldn't be alone while he's fighting bosses. So I would love that. Like, don't tempt me.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Dream Drop Distance was breaking me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good.
I love it.
I am trying to think. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Cool final boss that you fight Ventus.
I felt like we probably could have had different worlds in this game.
Yeah,
we didn't need Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's another thing of like Birth by Sleep tried to do like the older worlds.
Yeah,
a similar thing.
Even me, I was like kind of annoyed with Pinocchio. This one, I was like, yeah.
I didn't feel like we needed Pinocchio again.
Yeah,
no.
I didn't have a lot of love for those Disney movies, right? Like, I am one of few people that actually likes Tron Legacy too. So
yeah, me too.
I'm with you. Yeah.
But
this is why we're together.
Yeah, exactly. I still don't think that world was done super well.
No.
You know?
No. It almost reminded me of like playing back through it. I'm like, all right, it looks better than Kingdom Hearts 2 Pirates World, but it was like getting closer to that.
It took the aesthetic, but that was it.
We got Kingdom Hearts 3 Pirates World, y'all. It doesn't matter.
Dude, if we I don't mind if we get another Tron world again.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
That could very well be in there.
Maybe it could be the sequel to Tron Legacy that we never got.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Disney.
I bet Tron is just going to get summon status.
Yeah.
That would
sideline.
Because, I mean, yeah, we're not getting Little Mermaid World.
Yep. They hurt me. They hurt me deep.
They really hurt me. I wanted another sing-along world.
Couldn't even fucking finish the sentence.
And me, I'm just thinking, good, make it an assist trophy. I don't care. I'm heartless.
Very much so. Is there anything else we missed?
I think we got everything.
Dream drop distance.
Dream drop distance.
Where your dreams go to die and get norted.
It's just a roller coaster of emotions, that game.
Yeah, it's intense, man. Oh, I forgot like the whole subplot of Maleficent showing up at Disney Castle.
Yeah.
Wanting the data from Recoded.
Yeah.
For what?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they kidnapped Queen Mickey. Oh, Queen Mickey's.
It was just so Lee could come in and save the day. But for some reason, his freaking, what do you call it? The weapon that he uses.
His chakrams.
Yeah. Randomly just sitting behind Mickey during like the whole cutscene while the portal is still open.
Yep.
It's just sitting there behind Mickey the whole entire time. I'm like, why is it just sitting there in midair? Like nobody's holding it. And then they're doing their whole thing. And I'm just like, all right.
So the one thing we should talk about, the whole ending scene, the vision that Riku has inside Sora's heart. This data information that Ansem the Wise left for Riku.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. We didn't talk about that. Yeah.
I don't really remember. Like, I think he's like just letting them know that Roxas and Xion matter, right? Like,
yeah.
And like obviously Riku knows who Roxas is, but he's kind of forgotten who Xion is. And then that data is important because it's going to come back later. I forgot about that until today, I'll be honest with you guys. But like the data that was left in Sora's heart is important, and it was cool like seeing this interaction between Ansem the Wise and Riku, like when Riku's come out on the other end, right? Like he's come into his own as a hero.
I did love the moment Data Ansem the Wise like, I never got your name. I'm like, Riku.
Yeah. It's heartfelt, right? Like it's like, oh man, yeah, you don't know who I am, but I know who you are. There's a lot of good stuff like that in this game.
So, is that the same Ansem the Wise that was with Aqua?
Presumably,
that's Data. No, the one that's sitting on the beach, presumably still on the beach, is
the
actual one that got blown away from the data
blasted into the darkness.
Blasted. Got it.
Okay. But yeah, like also like Sora is Riku is a Keyblade master, but his power is that he can awaken hearts because he awakened all these worlds.
So the question I actually forgot about until just this moment. The question I have, the new digs. Oh, damn it. That's 0.2. Never mind.
That's the next one. Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Yep.
Do you have any other Dream Drops questions? Can I report on this at all?
Yeah. Let's do the Nort report.
Everybody.
Yeah, man. I feel like the Zigbar reveal, right? Like, I already am Xehanort, and it's like, fuck, like you are super excited about this.
Always been fucking just a badass.
The best part is, like, if you go back and play 2, like, he has pointy ears and orange eyes. Like, he's literally always been Xehanort.
The only moment he wasn't was Birth by Sleep.
Right. But yeah, then like the Syx reveal of like, oh no, he's been Norted. These are the only 2 ones we see. Sora almost gets Norted.
But
no one is safe.
Syx had
close.
Syx had orange eyes in 2.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He had pointy ears too, and he was of the characters the one that felt the least emotion. So maybe he was always Norted.
Yep.
It's a bummer, man.
So yeah, so we got confirmed. We got Syx, Zigbar, young Xehanort, old Xehanort,
Xemnas and Ansem.
So that's 7.
So
that's 7
out of the 13.
How those 2, like Xemnas and Ansem, are going to come back in 3? Like, I don't know.
One of the early trailers we had, they were all just chilling outside the mansion in Twilight Town. So
I'm pretty sure they're gonna do the timeline thing again.
Maybe they'll.
I think it's gonna come back.
I don't know.
They'll finally have their 13th.
I feel like I have a feeling that they're gonna just retcon out a lot of the time travel stuff. Not that they're gonna. It never happened, but that they're just not gonna do it again. Because I feel like they got a lot of blowback from that. Like, it's been 6 years since this game came out, and no one likes that time travels in this game.
It did muddle it up a little bit, especially trying to explain how it happens.
Yeah,
and it's just like, all right.
Of like, it's also the thing of like, I forgot that. So like, you can go forward or backward, can't do both. So like, only one iteration of you can do one or the other. I like that. Xehanort's heart traveled back in time and then just waited.
That was that when they
Destiny Island.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it says like as soon as he returns, he'll lose all memory of the current present stuff.
Yeah,
but he's already on the path for everything to take place.
Yeah, so like young Xehanort obviously goes all the way to the future and then comes back. But the thing, like,
we're gonna get into why that is next episode.
Yeah, of like, but the thing that they reiterate in this is that like you will forget everything you saw in the future. You can't change the future, but the events of what you experienced are etched into your heart. So like that's why he knew what he had to do when he got to the stage in his life that he could do it.
But even that's already been a little retcon with with back cover. So
yeah, and it's I don't know, like all the time travel stuff is just silly.
Yeah, a lot of the second half of the next episode is just gonna be silly and just like what. So yeah, time well spent researching key back cover Union Cross bullshit.
I'm excited to hear that kind of stuff.
Me too.
So yeah, guys, thank you again for joining us. Alex, where can everyone find you?
I'm on Twitter, Alfighter27. If you are listening to this in January, which I assume that's when people will be listening to this.
First week of January, the 4th.
First week of January, starting on January 7th, irrationalpatch.com is going to start publishing our 2018 Game of the Year content. It's going to start with our written lists of all the editorial staff. And then on the 14th of January, we're going to start putting out our Game of the Year deliberations podcasts. There is going to be one for the editorial team and then one for Irrational Passions podcast. It's the first time we've ever done an editorial Game of the Year. It's the first time we've ever had an editorial team, really. And it's it's exactly what you wanted it to be.
Yeah, you don't seem tired at all.
This is what you wanted, is from what I understand. This is what they wanted to do. They wanted to do this. I didn't want to do this. I said, when we're like, let's do Game of the Year, I was like, what if we didn't? But we did it. I want you guys to just understand that each episode is we go through 2 categories, and they're all a minimum of 3 hours long.
Holy shit!
So I think the day 2 might be 2 hours long.
Wow.
So We had some really great conversations. I challenged the team to stay positive and kind of instead of like shit on a game to lower it down the rankings to like compliment a game to build it up the rankings. I think we did a relatively good job of that, and I think we didn't dig a lot of the biggest games that people dug in 2018. Like you're not going to get a lot of God of War love on these shows. So,
I heard some of that from the input episode that just dropped.
Yeah, so like I think we talk about games that you maybe are not as familiar with. There's a lot of Tetris Effect talk. There's a lot of Florence talk. There's a lot of Moonlighter talk, things like that. So I think that's cool. So I hope you all like it. IrrationalPassions.com.
Jake
P47. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Twitch not so much lately because I've been busy with full-time work. But gonna get back on.
Thank God, man.
Right? Getting that paycheck.
Right? I wouldn't be able to afford Kingdom Hearts 3. But
that's where I'm working towards now. You can find me at Shivs42 on Twitch and Instagram. This has been Kingdom Hearts Volume 5, The Norting. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week for 0.2 and key, back cover, union cross, etc.
Axe gonna give it to you.
We out.